What's going on, everybody of YouTube? My name is Chris Tubbs, and what I'm going to be doing today is showing you a little tour of this server I've been playing on. And honestly, this is the best server I've ever played on. It is so much fun. Now, this is the spawn to the normal world. There are two different worlds in this server. There's this normal, normal world, and it's got some rules to it that you should read, and they are all right here. You walk straight, read all these rules, and then just stand. And when you come around here, and after you've read the rules, you can now exit the spawn area. And let's see what we've got over here. We've got a residential district, we've got the business district, and I'm fairly certain that to get out of here, we go this way. And we can show you some of these buildings, very nice buildings. I like the pattern right here with those bricks. This looks somewhat like a church, I would have to say, maybe a concert hall, because most churches do have a pedestal type thing, so maybe it's a concert, I'm not too sure. So this is a good build here. And now the reason I say that this is the best server I've ever been on is the fact that of all the plugins that they have. One of the admins, I believe he's an well, his title is Overlord. I've never seen that before. I'm assuming it's right under owner, or maybe it is an owner. So here's a clock tower that I'm showing off right now because that admin asked me to show that off for him. Unfortunately, I cannot fly and take a better look at it, but it still looks pretty awesome from here, and so does that one right there. I don't think that other one is finished. So this is basically it for the original spawn for the original world. And just recently they've made a second world called the Factions World. And there are basically no rules in the faction world. Let's actually go ahead and go inside the clock tower, see what's going on in here. We've got a couple of jukeboxes, some dispensers, a chest with nothing in it. Probably should be filled with light bulbs. Come up to the top, and this is quite the epic clock tower. I'd like to be able to see if I can see the oh wow, I did not even realize this. He set up redstone to where I'm pretty sure the clock tower actually changes time. That is pretty dang impressive, I must say so myself. So now we're at the top of the clock tower, and let's see. I've got a pretty high acrobatics, but I don't want to risk that fall. So there's that. I want to actually see how... Roll? Oh, I rolled. Heck yeah, I rolled. Okay. So I want to see if those hands are actually operate and move. That'd be awesome. It's a little bit hard to see. I do have an Optifine, so I can zoom... Oh, got stuck in here. So I can zoom up here and zoom back down a little bit. It does not appear to be moving, but if it did, that would be way more epic. So once you leave these walls, you're in the wilderness, and actually it's called a war zone, so you're not allowed to break any leaves, trees, anything in the war zone, but once you travel a little bit farther, at that point then you can start to do whatever you'd like. Now, there currently isn't a spawn setup for the faction world. This is a brand spanking new, maybe even just a week old server. And the owner is thinking about increasing the slots to 48, because right now we're at 24, I believe. And just a little shout out, we've got in here, we've got myself, obviously, Chris Tubbs, we've got Kawhi Melon, The King, 1998, and Ugratanti. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that name. I'm sorry if I missaid your name. He actually didn't agree to let me see his base because this is a PvP griefing allowed server. But I mean, I am a gentleman of my words. I would have not pressed F3 and looked at his coordinates, but I mean that's just safe on his part. This seems to be like some sort of mob arena, maybe, or actually, now that I saw below there, it looks like a farm. Okay, it's just some structure. Well, anyways, let me go to my home. And by the way, I've been having oops, no, I've been working in that. Let's go F home. I've been having cheater on because I don't like to not be able to see. Minecraft gets really dark when it uploads to YouTube. But anyways, that's the secret entrance to our base. Probably, excuse me, shouldn't be showing you guys this. But here's our base. We've got a very, very large melon farm, and it works quite well. So we're going to go ahead. How'd you get stuck in here, buddy? How'd you get stuck in there? There you go. Hit the switch. There you go. Let's see how many melons we get. My inventory is actually completely empty. These are the two spots that I couldn't get to work. This is where the power cuts off. And you can't just place a redstone repeater facing this way. I mean, you can, and it will power these next ones, but it refuses to power this one. I'm no expert with redstone, however I have been getting a lot better with it. Here we have our chicken egg collecting device. If we climb up there, you'll be able to see, whoops, don't want to fall in this incinerator. If we climb up here, you can see all the chickens up here. Chickens, no matter what, they never try to go underneath water. They always float on it and never try to fly away from it. We did get some mycelium, hoping for some mushrooms to spawn. Unfortunately, none yet. There's a pig spawner up there, and they all drop down into here. We should probably kill those. That's a lot of pigs. Alright, moving right along. We've made a nice little pathway here. This is our storage room. And it's quite the big storage room. It's got a lot of different organized chests, everything labeled, and I mean, we've just been doing a ton of work. Like, there's a bunch of cobblestone, probably more, probably even more, probably more, probably more. Yeah, so as you can see, we have done quite a bit of work. Now let's see, this will be my friend Derek, or in-game name Tommy Noble's private storage unit. So since that's private, we should go take a look in here. It's kind of like that big red button that says don't push, and you just want to push it anyways. So Derek just actually restarted again. We've been raided before. The last base that we raided, or that got raided, it was pretty upsetting. Everybody wanted to quit, and I said no, screw that. I love this server. I'm going to stay on this server regardless, and we're going to get everything to the way that we want. Now this is T-Sham's room, and it's also not very big. I mean, we don't really need gigantic rooms because we do have the gigantic storage unit, where basically it's more of a public thing. But you know, obviously, if I enchanted a very, very cool sword, then in that case I would probably keep that in my own chest. Now here's the next part of my town that I would like to show you. Hold on, let's see. Oh, it appears that he's gotten offline. Okay, so you head in here. Oh, the sign says mine carts to zombie XP spawner. So we're going to come in here and we're going to go to the arrivals, or I'm sorry, departures only. And we're going to flip the switch and head down this way. Now, I'm not sure, I think people were adding more redstone powered rails back there, and they just got lazy, didn't want to dig underneath it. I'm going to fix that. But this is a very, very long walk. So, excuse me, I had to drink some orange juice there.